Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more boxing. Good morning to everybody out there. We working. This is the morning show with DJ Easy on the station that slaps you across the mother. Let's get it. What up, Fight World? Yeah. Hey, where y'all at? Where y'all from? Tell me where you at. Where you at? Where you from? Let's do a morning roll call. Can we get a standing ovation? Wake y'all punk ass up and hurrah. Hey, we got ATL, Georgia in the building. DMV, chilling in the building. Shout out to my dude, Real Brother 32. Hey, Hartford, Connecticut. 860, I see y'all. We a predicate, straight felon, straight yelling. On the mic, Philly in the building. Chirac, get your skull cracked when we coming back. 312, Texas, where y'all at? 504, shout out to the Know Ya, Ego to Go. Y'all already know who it is, man. Brooklyn, straight out of Brooklyn, the same youngin', slanging them same onion. Lancaster, Texas, up in this. Shout out to the Netherlands. Shout out to Amsterdam, where we don't give a damn. Hey. Death Row East, believe in it. I told you, we the future. We taking over this boxing. DAZN, they got that from your boy. You know, they keep now. I see their little tagline is "Future of Boxing," but I've been saying that we the future. But fuck it. Shout out to Duval, Jacksonville. We something like them Jaguars. Let's get it. Hey. I'm feeling good. I'd adjust the seating and stuff, so because I'm too tall, so it's like with the webcam, it was looking crazy. That's it. Where y'all at? Y'all still sleep? We got a lag. What's popping? Let me know. Bought a lottery ticket. What's the pot? Hold on. Where my shooters at? Hey. Where my shooters at? One time. One shooter, two shooter, three shooter, four. England in the building. One shooter, two shooter, three shooter, four. Murder. One shooter, two shooter, three shooter, four. Kill. Murder. We murder beats and we murder beef. Murder the streets. Murder when we come in. All my people out murder beat. Let's get it. Oh my God. Shout out to Brooklyn in the building. We just chilling. And we killing. They can't get rid of us. Amoxicillin. We the virus now. We control. I said we been killing amoxicillin and penicillin. Been drilling. Been filling. Okay, Slim Thug. I don't know if he got to do anything. I'm not from Texas. But for sure. I want to rap battle you. Who are you? You not. Listen. I like Cassidy. First of all, I don't even battle rap. I don't even freestyle. But when it comes to writing, you will get your head spun like The Exorcist. You know, if we talking about writing, that's what I do. You know, just like Royce and some other people. Shout out to the battle rap. I'm not even a battle rapper. But, you know, when I put that pen to the page, you're not ready for that. And besides that, who are you? Who are you for me to be engaging in a rap battle with you? Stop it. You know, that's what's wrong with half of y'all motherfuckers. Y'all be hating. Should be trying to collaborate, if anything. Motherfucker talking about, I want to battle you. Bro, who are you? Get your bars up. You ain't got enough stamps in your passport to fuck with young Ego. Hey. Let's poppin'. Anyway, we got some stuff to talk about. There's some different things going on in the sport of boxing. Good morning, everybody out there. It says Steph clout chasing. Yeah, clearly. They be clout chasing something vicious. Someone said, "Ego, I want to wrestle." Hey, y'all tripping? Hey, why everybody wanted with me? What you wanted? What you wanted with me for? I'm just trying to deliver y'all boxing news. Y'all motherfuckers want to arm wrestle and all types of shit. Go wrestle Ellie. Anyway, what's up, everybody? Everybody, they don't see. That's how you know we popping. They don't want to spread the love. Go wrestle Dan Raphael. How about that? Shout out to Stockton. Don't go out to Stockton wildin'. Them boys is wild out in Stockton. They will slap the taste out your mouth with that Stockton slap. Someone said I want to have a staring contest with Ego. Yeah, I get it. The Black Channel. Yeah, go do a battle rap Dan Raphael. How about that? Leave me alone. Look at Abdul Alim. Ego, I normally like your videos, but your recent con video was nonsense. Bro, you can't even spell nonsense. So what am I supposed to think of your opinion when you can't even correctly spell the word? Your spelling is nonsense. Second of all, I don't make videos for you. I don't make videos to appease you. What did you not agree with that I said about Amir Khan? Abdul. You tell me, Abdul. What did I say that you disagree with? Motherfucker said nonsense. Like it's like some nunchucks or something. Nunchucks. The fuck is nonsense? He's talking about his nonsense. What's so nonsense about it? Because him and Kell Brook should have been fought? Because that's my opinion. They should have fought. This Kell Brook, that's been, people talk about Mayweather Pacquiao. Kell Brook has been a thing with Amir Khan for years. They were on Sky Sports or whatever. They had a live in studio and they were arguing about what happened in sparring years before that, and they still ain't fought. He Muslim, so he in his feelings. It don't matter. Anybody get it the same. It don't matter if you non-denominational. You don't matter. Mormon, Muslim, you know, homosexual, heterosexual, y'all all gonna get the work. You know, equal opportunity. You talking about relax is merely a type of, nah, don't back off the block. You can't spell for shit. But okay, let's get to the beans and the meat. What did you disagree with? And you from the UK because you're doing all this mate shit. So someone said you Muslim. I don't know if that's true, but it looks like you're from the UK based on your dialect. You know, the words you're putting. So what do you disagree with, mate? Big Lokes. What up? What up to all my Lokes and all my folks? See, they just be coming for it. Don't even matter what time of day. They just be bothering me. But I got my coffee. I'm ready for this shit. Country Life in Iowa. Shout out to y'all. He said, hearing that Ego wisdom. What do you disagree? So you don't think him and Khan should have already fought? Come on, nonsense. Chat shit get bang. What do you disagree with, homie? We just like fuck with you, Ego. I know. I see it. You know, it don't matter. I come on in the evening, late at night, vampire stream, morning. Hey, bro. Well, all right, we just gonna move on because Abdul, he's so scared because he already had one typo. He don't want to mess up again, so he take it forever. Oh shit. How is it fair that a fighter is allowed to put on 20 to 30 pounds overnight? Plus the Ingle gym is suspect, failed drug testing, con. Whoa. Bro, you're all over the place. You know, one thing at a time. First of all, you saying it because Billy Joe Saunders failed the drug test. You saying the whole Ingle gym is suspect. Kell Brook, that's not his reality. You know, Yusuf or with a kid Yusuf, whatever his name, and Galahad and all them, they didn't fail. You know, so that's its own thing. See, this is what they do. This is what they do. They try to do it like politics, where they try to They try to hit you up and create so many small fires, like you can't even address it because you just said like 18 different, you don't even have like a focused, centralized theme. So let's just focus on one thing. The one thing, because all that other shit is speculation. What we do know is Khan wants a rehydration clause. That's what we do know. You accusing people of being on PEDs, that's all speculation until they get popped, till they piss dirty, right? See how easy it is to focus? See, I'm like a car. I'm like Ford. I'm going to make you focus. So now that your speculation, which is unproven, I'm not saying people don't do PEDs. I'm not stupid. But at the same time, I'm not just going to go around with no evidence and accusing a whole ass gym of being on PEDs. So take that whole thing out of your argument, because we don't know until motherfuckers fail. It's not personal, mate. I'm highlighting the key inconsistencies. There's no inconsistencies with who? Brook fought Spence and Porter with rehydration. Okay, Abdul, you're clearly lost. He fought them with rehydration clauses because he was the IBF champion. You get me? Hey, bruv. Do I gotta talk like UK? Hey, bruv. Hey, man. It's mad. Do you understand what I'm saying? He had to fight with rehydration clauses. He doesn't have an IBF belt. That boy, Errol the True Spence Jr. has the belt. So for you to mention a Porter fight and a Spence fight, which it was mandated that he had to have a rehydration clause, is pure stupidity, because he had to fight under those terms. Khan don't got no goddamn belt, and Kell Brook don't got no belt. So what are you even talking about? It'd be cool if one of them was, I don't even know where they're even ranked in the IBF. To be honest, I haven't looked at the updated rankings. All I know is that IBF belt is currently owned by Errol Spence, and it looks like it's going to be a motherfucker to pull it from around his, shoulder. So, you bringing up fights where Kell Brook had to have a rehydration clause per IBF rules. He doesn't have an IBF belt, so the only rules are if Khan, won't take the fight unless he does that, which is not mandatory. You should probably stop, because you're wasting my time. Abdul, you starting to waste my time. So you should probably just drop it, because then now I have to put you in the hot seat. Because listen, I can't keep going back and forth with, I'm living my best life. I ain't going back and forth with you, nigga. I'm living I just can't keep doing the back and forth. And if I do, then it has to lead to something. The road has to lead somewhere. So if you want to continue this conversation, all you got to do is say yes. We'll have a hot seat, and I'll give you the proper burial in the hot seat. But other than that, you're way off talking about IBF and fights that don't. He's not an IBF. I was trying to let you slide, but now it's just wasting time, and your points don't make sense. You're like, oh, I normally agree with you, but I don't hear. And then we all listen to your line of thinking, and it's skewed, because you're talking about Kell Brook, what he had to do based on the IBF. Bro, do you want to be in the hot seat? We'll finish it that way. I'm not reading anything you say. Yes or no. Abdul, do you want to be in the hot seat? And we'll continue the conversation. Other than that, I got to keep it moving. I'm from the Bay. I got to keep it pushing. So Abdul, Aleem, do you want to be in the hot seat and further argue this? If not, you just wasting time. Amir Khan is not the IBF. So why can't they just say yes or no? As The Rock says, just bring it. Okay, you in the hot seat. Shout out to Byron Gross. He just sent a PayPal. We just got one. See, while you waiting, we getting this money while we wait for you. I'm gonna wait to see if there's a message attached to it. But shout out to Byron. All right, bring it. That's yes where I'm from. All right. Is Amir Khan a sanctioning body? Yes or no? Is he the IBF? Does he have a belt? Does Kell Brook have a belt? This is an independent fight. And then to finally just bury you, these are all questions that I know you won't be able to answer. Why the fuck did Amir Khan fight Canelo with no rehydration clause, who is naturally fought at higher weights, and God knows how much Canelo rehydrated too, because the motherfucker's about to fight at 168. Why did he accept that fight? Okay, why did that? Okay, that's my major question. Cause I know you can't answer the other stuff. Why would Amir Khan take the Canelo fight, which was a big money fight or whatever? Kell Brook's a big money fight. Khan had no business being at 155 in most people's eyes, including mine. I did a 7 reasons why the fight shouldn't happen. So please let me know why he was willing to accept a Canelo fight, who has more fights at the higher weights and is big and a really good fighter, who's moved up to 160, fought at 164.5, and is getting ready to fight at 168. So why is he willing to fight Canelo's big ass, but he couldn't fight? He don't want to fight Kell Brook at 147 without a rehydration clause. You're up. We'll see what he comes up with. You in the hot seat. See, they think they're gonna catch me slipping because it's early. You know, I'm more of a night person than a morning person. I concur it's not a title fight. Bro, that doesn't even make sense. You don't have to concur. It's a fact that it's not a title fight. So you see, this is all filler to me. Your whole light, that's a dimmer to me. You know, this is not, you're not saying that. I concur it's not a title fight. You don't have to. I don't need you to concur, because at the end of the day, we all know it's not a title fight. However, the draw power of Amir Khan supersedes Brook substantially in the UK. Amir Khan is huge in the UK. Thus, Khan is well within his rights to dictate terms. All right, did I lose? Do we need to keep this going? Me and Abdul? I mean, is he making any sense to y'all? So you would rather Khan dictate, you know, fucking big dictator, big country, little country, or whatever the fuck you talking about. You would rather that, and Kell Brook may not accept those terms, than to see the fight happen. This is what's wrong with boxing, people. You got people like Abdul, who, you know, is clearly from the UK based on his slang and whatnot, and he's condoning this dictatorship. And as far as I'm concerned, Amir Khan's a good fighter, Kell Brook's a good fighter. I don't see no major, this is not Canelo versus Rocky Fielding at this point. You know, Canelo is clearly an A-side in America and worldwide over Rocky Fielding. You don't see anybody giving Rocky Fielding $365 million because they want to see him fight for 5 years, right? So that's an example of A-side shit. You know, okay, clearly Canelo's the A-side over Rocky Fielding. Amir Khan, at this point, I don't think he has that much more drawing power than Kell Brook, where he's just like shitting on Kell Brook's, you know, fan base or whatever. Khan is huge inside. Khan has a huge ass. What does that say? Khan has a huge A inside a UK. Hey, bro, you don't even sound like you talking boxing anymore. Khan has a huge A in the UK. Like, what? Fucking Dr. Seuss over here. Let's just vote. I can't do this right now. If this man got bodied, put your L's up. He talking about Khan has a huge A in the UK. Like, what are you talking about? Fucking speak and spell. Khan has a huge A in the UK. Khan put his A inside of someone's P. Like, what are you talking about? This shit ain't even boxing anymore. You like, hey, oh, hell nah. Is this Talulu? Hey, this Talulu, Chalupa, or whatever that bitch name. I mean, whoops. Is this Cholula? Hey, nah, Abdul. This a front. This Cholula. Hey, is this that chick from the UK? Abdul, don't front. This Cholula. You tripping. You trying to you mad bitter? Hey, this Cholula. See, I caught him. I caught her. See? You saying I'm being salty because I exposed. This is Cholula. So say, so say young buck. Hey, fuck that. Hey, shooter, get rid of him. This Cholula, man. Hold on. I don't know. I'm not discriminating, so don't be mad at me. I'm not discriminating because that you still lost a hot seat no matter what you are. But this Cholula, I think. This is Tululu, I think, right now, because you tripping. You all the way tripping, man. Get Tululu, 2-2 Tululu. 2 times 2, get Cholula out of here, man. Because they were doing way too much. That's Cholula. Shout out to Cholula, but you had to go. You don't cover the sport of boxing. You might be good at makeup and all this other shit, but you don't know shit about boxing. See what I'm talking about? This was wrong. I'm trying to tell y'all. This be what be the problem with boxing. He's like, Khan is huge in the UK, so he should dictate everything, bro. At the end of the day, this is not. I'm just giving my personal opinion. Khan's cool, Kell Brook's cool, but where they're at in their careers, there's much greater fights. Much. Joshua's a huge star. Khan ain't bigger than Joshua in the UK right now. You know. Joshua Wilder, Crawford Spence, Mikey Loma, you know, Gervonta Tank Davis and Loma. There's so many other greater fights that we shouldn't even be arguing about. No, Khan, Kell Brook. You know, if they're gonna fight, let's see it, make it happen, get it cracking. You know, solid fight for UK fans and, you know, just people who want to see something. But this is not like a fight worth, you know, people aren't gonna do the Mayweather Pacquiao thing for this fight at this point, in my honest opinion. I don't think they're gonna wait another 4 years and still be hyped about it and at each other's throats and stuff. You know, this motherfucker Canelo getting 400 million almost in one payday. There's so much other shit going on in boxing. You know, Khan didn't even really look dazzling versus Samuel Vargas, to be honest. Kell Brook didn't even fight the last guy he was supposed to fight. He let Jaime Munguia execute Brandon Cook, Dane Cook, or whoever that dude was. You get what I'm saying? So it's like Kell Brook, I mean, he ain't done nothing since the Errol Spence loss. He put up a good effort at first, then he got stopped. And then he fought Rabchenka, you know, so basically. And then he hasn't been anywhere. You know, he was supposed to fight and come back, got injured. He was supposed to fight Dane Cook or some shit. Didn't happen. And we don't know. They're talking about he might come back in December on the Chisora card or whatever. So, Ego, why so many people hate on you? You can answer that question yourself. I don't care. You know, at the end of the day, you know, people, there's a lot of beta males, you know, a lot of people, they don't like somebody self-made who speaks their mind and is 100% firm and comfortable in doing that, you know? So I don't really know, but I don't really choose to focus on that, you know, because at the end of the day, there's so many other channels where, oh, Ego shit, he don't know shit, but they should be killing my channel then, right? If they know everything and they have all the, you know, they're the key master, they have all the ways and the knowledge, they should know more fighters than me. They should be covering more fights than me. They should be making more money and, you know, just being able to get about and move around a little bit. You know, their channel should have higher subscriber count. I mean, why wouldn't it? If the product is better, then it's better. End of story. So, you know, until that changes, then I'm not really worried about it. Sounds like beta male shit. You notice when I came up, I didn't mention nobody. There's a couple of people, you know, my dude Chris, I just seen him at the fight, Hustle Boss. He was ahead of me. You know, the Boxing Voice, they had more subscribers than me. Ellie, you know, there's guys, some of them not even around anymore. They all had higher subscriber counts than me and stuff like that. I don't care about that. I do. I'm so, like, people don't understand. I got insane tunnel vision. You know, I don't have to hate on the next person's movement or this. I speak my mind and keep it pushing. That's why to this day, when I see Chris Hustle Boss, it's love, you know. When I see Ellie, it's love. Because I never took shots at them. I never did nothing to them, you know. When I see Ness, it's good. You know, like I never went at nobody. I didn't, because I was trying to come up. I'm not a crab in the bucket type motherfucker. Everybody can eat. Everybody can get shine. You know, so not everyone thinks like me. Not everybody is built like that. You know, some people, especially in the black community, there's a lot of people that will try to tear you down. There's a lot of people that want to coon and shit like that. So, I mean, have at it. People do whatever they want. I'm gonna do what I want. Straight up. They trying to build, it's like some Mayweather shit. Just what you said, Kane. He said they're trying to build themselves up by attacking ego. What kind of mess is that? Block Johnny Q. I'm not even arguing with that. He just said bias ego. Listen, we already understand. That's cool. I'm biased. Dope. Shout out to Askier Hussein. He said his super chat won't go through. It's all love. It's all gravy. I know you be holding it down when you can. You know, they try to create commotion. But see, this is the thing. I'm unpredictable. You know, I don't move to your beat. You know, I move to the beat of my own drum. Robert Fields was popping. We just working. But anyway, this is what's wrong with boxing is like fans like this. You know, fans like talking about, yeah, Khan should dictate everything. I mean, is Khan really like this? Okay, put it this way. If Khan is, I'm not roasting Khan. You know, I met Khan. You know, it's all good. I don't have a problem with any of these fighters, but I do speak my mind. If Khan is this massive, if Khan is this massive A-side, why has he had to unsuccessfully chase Floyd Mayweather and Pacquiao and still not get the fight, or looked like Broner might get a Pacquiao fight before Khan? So obviously his A-side draw is not that much, because if it was Conor McGregor or something chasing Pacquiao in boxing and he had the star power and stuff that Conor has, then it probably would have been made already. Shit, even as an MMA fighter, if he was pursuing a Pacquiao fight, that probably would have been made. You know? So I don't think Khan is like just, maybe back in the day, like when he was fighting Lamont Peterson and no one really knew Kell Brook on this side. But I don't think he's just, he could have, I could say he's, you know, it would probably be called Khan Brook, you know, for the fight. But I don't think it's just like this Canelo type of star power where it's just like Kell Brook should be lucky to fight you and he should have to just bow down to anything you say. I mean, I don't see that. You know, make sure y'all smash the like button. Smash the like button. We got to get the likes up. I know everybody's in the comment section just listening to what's going on, but that helps engage. Oh, I figured out too. I did some research. This is how YouTube, I don't know what they can do, because I mean I feel them, but then I don't feel them. I did some research why the streams, why people aren't getting the notifications. I was like trying to, because a lot of people hit me up like, I'm not getting a notification. The algorithm, it kind of fucks you up if you're a bigger channel. And I'm going to explain to you why. Well, not necessarily just a bigger channel, but a bigger channel that pumps out a lot of content, right? Here's why. I put out a lot of videos, you know, because I stay current, try to feed y'all the latest and greatest. So they don't want to overwhelm the YouTube audience by getting, you know, there's days where I put out 10, 15 videos maybe. So they don't want to overwhelm the audience, you know, and like lose people because they're getting annoyed. Their phone keeps going off, right? So this is how it affects, like negatively kind of affects a big channel like mine, is because they don't want to overwhelm the system. Like, damn, Ego put out 8 videos and then send 8 notifications to, you know, 159,000 people. And then, you know, people are at work and their phone keeps going off. So whatever they're doing with the algorithm, they limit it. So like not everyone that is subscribed to me gets the notification. They have to, their artificial intelligence has to basically try to predict if you would be interested. You know, if you would be interested in the live stream. That's why some people, it makes sense now, right? Because some people, you hear them say, hey, I get some of the notifications, but I don't get all of them. That's why they don't get all the notifications, because it's trying to predict who really wants to be in the stream, so it doesn't, you know, overwhelm the people. So a lot of people had questions like, damn, you like, you know, like I'm not getting notifications, you know. And I don't know, the way around it is there is options. There's options where if you want to get notifications, like you could go to like an advanced section and receive all notifications, or maybe even all lives. I don't know how it works, but you can choose certain channels and you don't mind getting all the notifications from that particular channel. But other than that, the computer, the AI, the artificial intelligence is going to fuck around and guess if they think you would want to watch it. So that makes sense. We running with that. You know, I can understand that from an algorithm, because you don't want to say, okay, if I did 10 videos today, 8 videos tomorrow, that's 18 videos. You're going to send 18 videos in 2 days to 159,000 people, you know? So it doesn't work like that. So basically, if you want to get notifications from my channel, you can specify certain channels to push through notifications. You have to go to, like, I don't know how to do it from a phone. I don't know all the details, you know, but on a desktop, you go to settings, and then it says notifications on the side, and then there's additional options. So it's pretty annoying though. And that's why, you know, I was wondering, because I see my channel, and then there's other people I watch outside of boxing that do live streams, and they have like 250,000 followers, and then we have the same amount of people watching. So I'm like, how does that work? How do they have 200, 300 people in the stream, and I have way less followers than them, and we have about the same amount of people concurrently watching? But that's why, because if you put out a lot of content, it's probably going to be worse for you. You know, if I put out one video a month, everyone would get my notifications. But, you know, I'm not going to change that. I'm not going to put out less content. Fuck it. So I don't know. That's what it is. Another workaround that I already came up with for you guys is follow me on Twitter, because it pushes through on Twitter. So I would say follow me if you use Twitter. If you don't use Twitter, like you never log in, it's not going to do you any good. But if you actually are active on Twitter, then follow me on Twitter, because I push it through to my Twitter and let people know that I'm going live on Twitter too. So you might catch it on your timeline even if you didn't get it. So yeah, at Boxingego on Twitter. You know, this is the morning show. Make sure y'all smash the like button. We chilling. We talking this good old talk. Anyway, Kell Brook, Amir Khan. I just want to see it if they're gonna fight. Shout out to Anthony. He said, "You the best, Ego." See, exactly, Cliff. He said, "Stop posting so many videos. You're working too hard." That's what I'm saying. And see, and YouTube hasn't found, like, I guess, a better, more direct system. So I get punished by posting more things, because now people, when I go live, a lot of them complain that they're not getting the notifications. And this is why, even though they had the bell icon pushed, you know. So, but because I post a lot of content that is all getting viewership and, you know, all getting views, it's like this new algorithm or whatever. They're trying to make it work. YouTube channel is good. Thank you, man. I appreciate it. We just talking this boxing talk. But yeah, man, this 10-pound rehydration, I mean, it's these fans are crazy. It's like Amir Khan's not a sanctioning body. IBF is a sanctioning body. Showing love from the 702. Nobody know boxing like Ego. Salute. I appreciate you. You know, it's Amir Khan's not a sanctioning body. That's the IBF's rules ongoing. That's just what they've been doing. Real brother, it's not my notifications. I get the shit I need. Is the fans of my channel. They're the ones that have to get the notifications that are missing it. You know what I'm saying? But yeah, man. That's what it is with Amir and Kell Brook. I just feel like if y'all gonna fight, fight. If not, then we move on. But to me, it's weird because Khan seems more interested in fighting other people but Kell Brook. It's crazy. Like, you were willing to fight Canelo at 55 and then complain after he knocked him out and say he weighed like 180 something. But you don't want to fight Kell Brook without a rehydration clause, but you could fight big ass Canelo at 55 with no rehydration clause. That doesn't make sense to me. Shout out to Randy Ridley, $5 super chat. If I answer my phone during a video, YouTube takes my like away. Yeah, YouTube got a couple issues like that, but I appreciate you. I don't have a favorite fighter. I don't do all that. Like, I'm an Aries. I like variety. That's like, I don't have a favorite food. Sometimes I want sushi. Sometimes I want pizza. I might want fried chicken and mac and cheese. I might want the black channel. I might want the black channels combo. Some fried chicken, some collard greens with bacon, or ham hocks. Some fucking watermelon. I might want that. I might want pizza. I can't be limited. I don't believe in limits and shit. I like variety. That's like females. I don't like one race. Anybody can get it. Any female, not no dudes. But I don't discriminate. Like Big Pun said, I don't discriminate. I regulate every shade of that. That's just me. Some people don't like it. Oh well, it's not for you to like. Ego, you gonna tell me Mexican food ain't the best? Nah, Mexican. I probably eat the most Mexican food, out of all foods. I feel like it's hard to really fuck up Mexican food. Like, if you go to a restaurant, obviously they got certain spots that are more smacking than others. But it's like, I've never really just went to no Mexican spot and it was just like patooey. Like, I can't think of nowhere. Obviously, I'm talking about real not like Chevy's or something. I'm talking about a real Mexican restaurant. Obviously, like I said, there's certain ones that are better, but I can't remember one. And, I've been to ones that had your stomach on tilt, your stomach be like, ah. I've been to Mexican spots like that, but I haven't been to one where the food was just like, oh, what the fuck? But I've been to pizza places and Italian places and, just different stuff like that where it just wasn't really good. Or, got a steak from somewhere and the steakhouse was like, what? How y'all eat your steak? I eat my steak medium rare. I'm a savage. I like that savage shit. I know a lot of people. The black channel. A lot of the black channels, they like they steak well done and shit. You taking all the flavor out with that dry ass shit. Yeah, I do medium rare. If it looks like, if they're gonna like do it like out of pocket, I'll do it maybe medium, but I do medium rare. Come on, bro. He said raw. Yeah, you on that Clint Buterol. Fuck what you talking about. Brian, he talking about raw. He like, yeah, I eat my steak, no condom, raw. Raw dog and steak. Hell no. Y'all gotta learn how to eat steak. Medium rare is the way to go. Like, see, people are fearful. Like, you think the cow coming back to life and shit? Like, moo. People just don't like the look of it. Like, oh, look at it, still bleeding. People be funny. Dudes be fucking raw dogging like thoughts and eating ass and shit, but can't eat a steak medium rare. Fuck out of here. See how stupid that sounds? You gonna eat some ass. You know what I'm saying? This delicious. But you can't eat a steak medium rare. Get the fuck out of here. These motherfuckers be doing all types of drugs but can't eat no medium rare steak. Stop it. Yeah, I'm gonna put this lean, I'm gonna put some perks in the lean and Molly and mix this shit up. But you can't eat a medium rare steak. Fuck out of here. And be smashing girls on their period and all types of shit, but you can't eat a medium rare steak, but you can smash a chick on her time of the month. Fuck out of here. I hate these simpletons. Motherfuckers be playing with their life every other day of the week. Every day that ends in a Y, but can't eat a medium rare steak. I'm not eating that. But you eating some ass and, you know, driving drunk, no seatbelt. Get the fuck out of here. How you smashing? You on the freeway with no fucking seatbelt, drunk, but you can't eat a medium rare steak. Stupid ass. Some of y'all stupid. I'm just gonna tell you like it is. Like, yeah, I'm off that fucking Remy. No seatbelt. What's worse? The steak gonna kill you or fucking driving with no belt and shit? Be on motorcycles with no helmet with your dumb ass on the freeway and then aggressively driving, like cutting through cars and shit, but you don't want to eat a medium rare steak. You finna be a medium rare steak on that freeway with no seatbelt. Hey, buckle up. I'm sick of telling boxing fans. Y'all talking about, oh, this fighter punch drunk. You gonna be punch drunk. If you hop out that fucking whip and hit a tree. You know what I'm saying? Y'all better wear y'all seatbelt. I'm trying to help you. I want to see y'all progress. Y'all talking about, oh yeah, this fighter punch drunk. You gonna be punch drunk. I'm be like, never mind. Let me stop, man. I'm just saying, buckle up. Motherfuckers be taking chances with their life playing Russian roulette, but don't want to eat a medium rare steak. But you play. I seen this video, man. These motherfuckers was in the hood with a revolver playing Russian roulette with their feet. Like, if the gun went off, then your feet are getting shot the fuck up. And I don't know how one dude, I don't know if he was cheating or whatever, but the other dude kept capping the other dude's feet, and the dude's feet were already bandaged up, and it was just like, pow, and then he shot him again in the foot. Like, what? Bro, I've been to some rough spots before, you know, I've been to some hoods and shit, but I don't know what hood is playing that game. It's on the internet. I just seen it, like, you know, a couple weeks back. They were playing Russian roulette with their feet in socks, you know, and then the loser obviously gets they fucking pinky toe blown off like Harlem Nights. That's crazy. I don't care how hood you are. You ain't playing that game. You gotta die. You shoot me in the feet. You know, that's some Harlem Nights shit. Oh, you like to hit people with garbage cans. Now I got to cut you. Come on, quick. That's your ass, quick. Oh, you done accused me of stealing. Now I got to cut you. He said, hey, Vera, I'll blow that black, gnarled, crusty, dead motherfucker the fuck off your foot. Put the razor away. Yeah, come on, quick. Come on, yeah. You shot me in my pinky toe. Hey, rest in peace to Della Reese. She was real in that movie. And Red Fox. Rest in peace. Why did Della Reese hit Eddie Murphy with a boxing level combo? She was like, pop, pop. And then she hit him with the uppercut. And if you listen to that scene, she was like, bop. She had a cool little jab. Della Reese was like, yap. She was right here with it. She's like, yap, yap, yap. And then she hit him with the uppercut. Listen, Eddie Murphy was like, wow. The sound effect was so funny. Like, motherfucker, you a puma? She was like, bop, bop, uppy. Wow. I gotta watch that movie. Quick. Don't shoot that little motherfucker quick. You kill my brother quick. You kill Tommy. You kill. Don't you shoot that little motherfucker quick. Arsenio Hall was wild into that. That's like I think a sleeper all-time cinematic moment. That put that little motherfucker down quick. That is a sleeper cinematic moment. That's like one of the funniest sequences in comedy movie history. That shit was so funny. And then Eddie Murphy was like, man, fuck this. Pop, pop, pop. And then he ducked. And he killed them all. That shit was dope. And Jasmine Guy was fine as fuck. Quick. You killed my brother Tommy. I gotta kill you quick. And Arsenio got them big ass teeth and gums. That shit was so funny. Oh my God. You broke my nose, man. Rest in peace to Tommy, too, from Martin. He was in that. Thomas Michael LaFord. Rest in peace. Quick, don't you shoot that little motherfucker quick. That shit was funny. Oh, man. I got to watch that. It's been a while. See, you know, I got certain classic movies, and I like to watch them every, you know, when it's been a while, just every now and then, just watch them again. Like, my movies are Last Dragon, True Romance, Point Break, Harlem Nights, Juice, you know, Menace, New Jack, living just enough for the city, you know, classic Arnold ones, you know, like the Total Recalls, Big Trouble in Little China. You know, I just like to revisit them when it's been a while. So, anyway, make sure y'all smash the like button. Where are we at? Hold on, let me see where we're at with the likes. We got to talk about this DAZN. Listen, let's push the likes over 100. We should be over 100 by now, for sure. Make sure y'all smash the like button if you're in here. Listen. Oh, my voice sounding buttery. We sounding silky in this moment. The like button if you're in here. Oh, my voice sounding buttery. We sounding silky in this moment. Yeah, we sounding kind of good. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna. Sounded kind of good. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna. Hey, y'all, hold on. Y'all didn't tell me I'm fucking peaking. See, y'all don't know shit about audio. Some of y'all. Y'all didn't tell. Why y'all ain't tell me I'm peaking in this? Like when I get loud, it's peaking. Hold on, I gotta adjust the sound. I don't like that. We're gonna talk about DAZN in a second. I gotta adjust that sound. That's now that I heard it, it's pissing me off. Yo, hold on. Yo, can y'all still hear me? Hold on. We gotta test this shit out. Never gonna give you up. Never gonna. One second. Check, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. 1 second. Check, check. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. Mic check. 1 2 1 2. I don't like how that's sounding. Hold on. I don't like how that sounds. Is better? Hold on. Is better? Yo, test me now. 1 2. Yo, test me now. 1 2. Why does it sound so fucked up? What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. What up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego. This sound, I gotta fuck with this. It sound crazy right now. This sound, I gotta fuck with this. It sound crazy right now. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more of that boxing. Yeah. I don't know. This shit sound crazy. Now it's too low. Y'all want me to stop the stream so I can figure this out? See, this happens. Life of a perfectionist. Fuck. I should have never started. I should have never started playing with this. Now yeah, now I feel like I gotta fix it. Oh, this is gonna bother me. Yeah, now I feel like I gotta You know what? Let me try this. My bad, yo. This shit's killing me now. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more of that boxing. Yo, what up, Fight World? It's your boy Ego, and I'm back with some more of that boxing. Nah, it's not technical difficult. It just starts sounding crazy to me. Nah, it's not technical difficult. It just starts sounding crazy to me. I know a lot of people. Come on, get to the fucking show, man. You impatient son of bitches. Fuck it. We gonna rock with this. Look at people leaving and shit. I'm out of here, dude. Figure your shit out. Sort it out, man. Fuck y'all. Here now we gotta run it back now. Hold on. We gotta bring it back. We gotta. My bad. I'm a perfectionist. I'm sorry. What you want me to do? I'm sorry. Hey, we gotta liven it up. Hey. Yeah, it's hard doing it on the fly. Where y'all at? We're gonna do a midstream roll call. We gotta wake y'all motherfuckers back up for the morning show. Hey. City, state, zip. City, state, zip. Zip code, city, state, zip. Where y'all at? Where y'all at? Where you from? Tell me where you at. Where you at? Where you from? Let's get it, man. Orlando, Florida, in the building one time. Chicago, Garfield one time. Garfield Park Boxing, I see you. 504. Shout out to the Noya. Milwaukee, Milwaukee, Wisconsin, Woodbridge, Pomona, Dallas, Texas 75220. Hartford 860. Where y'all at, Sweden? I can't wait to go to Sweden. Brooklyn, Grand Blanc, Michigan, St. Louis up to Sacktown, Inglewood always up to no good. Boston 617, Los Angeles, Brook 9, Stockton 209. Where y'all from? Louisiana. All right, I think we back. Man, we back. Shout out to Chicago. All the real motherfuckers. Now let's talk about this DAZN shit. A lot of people get sidetracked. You know, leave it to me. People go, oh, you're hating, all this stupid shit. I don't care what y'all talking about. But people are getting sidetracked with Canelo getting a lot of money. That's good. It's good for him. It's good for boxing to show that people, you know, it just put our sport on notice anytime someone sets a record like that. You know, it puts our sport on notice where, like, damn, money's out there. The money's out there for, oh shit, Asker Hussein. I did see your super chat. Let me get to that real quick. His super chat went through. Shout out to my man Askia Hussein. $15 super chat. I applaud. Does Canelo even satisfy any of his mandatory since the $365 million bag is secure? See, that's a great question. I can't tell you that. I'm not Golden Boy, and I don't know the future. But here's one of the issues. Here lies some of the problems. See, the only people who get mad are the people who are racist or the people who just don't want to hear, like, possible scenarios. They just want you to just sit there and shut the fuck up. But we don't do that. We're not going to just sit there and shut the fuck up and not talk boxing, you know, not foresee the future, you know, or like not foresee it necessarily, but look at the different options and different avenues, the different ways. That's just common, like, in life. If you're doing anything, you should be like what I'm doing right now in boxing. I'm not just thinking about right now. I'm thinking about the future of the brand. You know, how ways to improve. Only people that have a problem with that is like the comment says from Kane. Fanboys give their fighters and their favorites a pass. Exactly. So here's my thing. I'm happy Canelo got a lot of money. I think he's a good ambassador for the sport, minus the failed drug test. Obviously, I don't know what the fuck happened there, but other than that, like fight wise, and just his attitude towards and commitment to boxing, that's all good. And it shows people, like I said, it proves that boxing's not dead if you can make this type of money in the sport, and it should hopefully inspire the youth, like these fighters, to go the route of a Canelo. Canelo don't have a bunch of like DUIs or nothing that I know about, but here's potential things that we got to think about. And again, the only people getting mad is the people that know you could be onto something by posing this question, but they don't even want to think about that. They don't want to think of that as a possibility. But I look at it like this: like how inspired. I don't know. I don't know like specifics of the contract or whatever, but how inspired are you going to be to fight the people that fans want you to fight when no matter who you're fighting, you're getting a great deal of money? We got to look at stuff like that. That's a reality. If you go fight Rocky Fielding for 15 mil, 20 mil, and your pay scale is already like, I'll use a personal example. I was salary manager before, but at the same company, I was hourly. I started off hourly and I kept promoting, and whether you want to believe it or not, I worked hard. And at salary though, since you put in so much hours and put in so much work, you're getting the same amount no matter what. So there would be times where I had to go to the post office or something, and I took an extended break, I like an extended lunch, like a little bit longer. I talked to, check with my managers. Hey, do you mind if I after my lunch, I'm going to run go to the post office. But when I was hourly, I couldn't do that. When I was hourly, I couldn't do that because I had to literally come to the building to punch in and punch out. But salary, you don't have to clock in and out, for little stuff like that. For lunch, you get the same amount. And there was people who were like abusive almost in it because they're getting the same matter, like no matter what. They'll come in late, go get coffee before work because it wasn't, it was more laid back, I guess you could say, And if you know anyone that's salary at any company, you'll know what I'm talking about. There's usually somebody at different establishments who, knowing that their salary, they take a little bit of advantage. So we got to see what unfolds for Canelo. But like I said, how inspired are you going to be to fight Charlo when you can fight Fedor Chutinov and just use your star power and just say, oh, that's who I want to fight. That's my mandatory at 168. Oh, I'm fighting Rocky Fielding. But beyond Canelo and his aspirations and desires, because I do think Canelo's a true fighter, but what about his promotional team? Because so far in the past, Golden Boy, they have kept, like, De La Hoya's on record saying he did not want Canelo to fight Erislandy Lara. He himself ratted on himself and said that. So knowing Canelo made all of this crazy bundle, like I said, people get hyped up about the amount. I told you again, it's good for boxing that Canelo's making this money because it puts spotlight on us. And, hopefully Canelo is, treats his career the same way. I'm just spitballing, talking about different things that I do have questions. And DAZN doesn't have enough data to know either way which way it's going to go. Canelo never ducked a fighter. I would. Okay, so why didn't he fight Demetrius Andrade at 154? You know, why didn't he fight Jermall Charlo or Jermell Charlo at 154? Like, you know, I'm not gonna say necessarily ducked, but why didn't he fight them? You mean like, because I don't know if a contract was sent, but he was the A side. So why didn't he, as the A side at 154, why didn't he fight Charlo? He could have fought either Charlo's two twins or Demetrius Andrade. Why didn't he? How come he never rematched Adeslandi Lara? And his team openly said they don't want to rematch him. You see? See, they this is what they do. The man fans want to just say it, but they're not like looking at it. So answer those questions. Why did Adeslandi Lara in a close fight, even if you thought Canelo won, why didn't he ever get a rematch? Just like Danny Jacobs never got a Triple G rematch. Why didn't either Charlo get an opportunity at Canelo and Demetrius Andrade, who called Canelo a bitch on the Boxing Voices video? Willie Monroe also wanted to work too, and they said, oh, we don't like his style. So, you know, these are things. And this is the thing. Canelo could probably beat some of them. Maybe. I don't know. But he didn't fight them. That's what I do know. So what are you talking about? Jose de Jesus. That attitude is part of the problem. High risk, low reward versus Lara. I don't give a fuck. He getting high paychecks. So, you know, and the fans is the one that's going to have to pay for it. Like, the DAZN ain't just giving out money. They're giving out money trying to get some money back. Trying to get a return on their investment. So that money has to come from fans. See, fans don't even talk like fans. Fans talk like slaves. Oh, yeah, I should support this fight. Like, y'all talk like slaves. Like, we don't have a say in the matter. This stuff all happens with the fans. You know, if fans aren't coming out to these shows, fans aren't buying merchandise, fans aren't buying tickets, you know, especially the expensive ones, then people are going to be in a world of hurt. You know, everybody going to lose. So it's like, why do fans keep talking like this? Like they're like, it reminds me of like slavery in the sense of like what they would try to do mentally to slaves. That's why they don't want slaves to be able to read and stuff like that, because they want to keep you, you know, inferior. They're trying to keep boxing fans inferior. You get what I'm saying? You're talking about high risk, low reward. Okay, so you want to just see Canelo fight Rocky Fielding and then guys like that the whole time for 11 fights? Because he's not what you would call high risk, low reward. He would be considered lower risk and high reward. High reward because he's getting all this money from DAZN to fight a guy that, you know, no one was really talking about. Maybe he could pose some problems. Maybe. We don't know. Because, listen, put it this way. I'll say it straight out like this. If Rocky Fielding was at 160 naturally, right, and Canelo had already moved up and fought Golovkin, then this fight would be horrible. The only selling point would be Canelo's coming off 2 tough fights and the fact that the guy is 6'1", 8 pounds higher. But if they were in the same weight class, then it wouldn't be like any type of fight that people would even think twice about. The most compelling thing is the curiosity factor, because it's a weight class Canelo hasn't conquered. Listen, y'all should have a committee and then start an excuse channel. That's what y'all need. Nico Patron, you need to go to subscribe to the excuse channel. Talking about Canelo was green. Oh, I don't give a fuck if he's Incredible Hulk green. He shouldn't have called it. Listen, I have no mercy, no pity. You call out a guy for 2 years and say, fight me, you bastard. And then he fights you and schools you. What am I supposed to cry because it didn't go his way? And this is coming from someone who likes the way Canelo fights. But we're not playing that game. Just like Benavidez, oh, it's his leg. I mean, his leg was ample when he was at the media day workout, and he called Crawford a bitch, Crawford mama a bitch, Crawford sister a bitch. You know, all the Crawfords a bitch, crawfish bitches. You know what I'm saying? Like, all that was good. The pushing, all that was good. We all enjoyed it and reveled in it. So I'm not trying to hear all these excuses. These dudes just, it's like nonstop excuses. They got more butts than cigarettes. But we're not doing that. You know, you can do that on another channel, but we don't accept that here. You know, my dog ate my homework. My computer froze. It's always an excuse. Your assignment is not done. You getting docked points, period. You're not getting full credit for turning this shit in late. You know, oh, Canelo was green. Well, he should have waited. He should have called out Floyd when he was ready. But anyway, we have to see. Like I said, DAZN doesn't simply have enough track record to know what they're gonna do, or for fans to know what they're gonna do. I don't even know if they know what they're gonna do fully, cause like right now they got Canelo, which is great, but they gotta get past Rocky Fielding, and then they gotta look at the next step. They gotta see how he feels, what transpires in that fight, those types of things. Askiar Hussein, $5 super chat. These Mantro casuals got to stop. Bro, it's always an excuse. Oh, Canelo is green. Why are people not saying that Genaro Hernandez, rest in peace, whooped Floyd's ass because Floyd was too green? Oh, that's right, because Floyd beat him. Floyd was 20. Floyd was 21 when he beat Genaro Hernandez. Younger than Canelo. And I don't even remember, but I don't remember Floyd. I think he was ranked and, you know, and earned his shot at Genaro Hernandez through a ranking, as opposed to him being out, like, calling out Genaro Hernandez. So Floyd was younger than Canelo when Canelo had the opportunity. People forget that. Floyd became a champion at like 2021. Canelo was already a champion earlier than that. Beat the likes of Austin Trout, who's bigger than Floyd, and a southpaw. Beat Shane Mosley. You know, beat Carlos Baldomir. You know, guys that Floyd fought. We're not doing these excuses. But anyway, I'm trying to focus on this DAZN shit. We just gotta see. We gotta see what transpires. But you know, all this high risk, low reward, that shit, I don't care about that. You know, I'm a high risk, low reward fan. It's a high risk that I don't pay for your shit if you don't give us the fights we want. How about that? Catch me outside. How about that? You know, all this high risk shit. It's a high risk that I don't subscribe to all these fucking apps and buy these pay-per-views if it ain't the shit that I want. So that's the high risk. We doing our own high risk. We got our own high risk going on. High risk that I fucking illegally stream shit if you don't start getting the fights. You know what I'm saying? Or go to Buffalo Wild Wings where I don't have to pay for it. That's the high risk. You know? Fans need to start talking like fans again. Support. Listen, I don't care what you guys support. But me, if you learn anything from me, support was real. If Canelo starts making the good fights that you want to see on DAZN, salute. Eddie Hearn's talking about Danny Jacobs and Canelo in May. He says Jacobs is a front runner. So if Jacobs beats Derevyanchenko, I salute that fight. You know why? It's a good fight. It's a unification. It's a meaningful fight if Canelo's coming back to 160. See, this shit is real simple. Like, you notice you don't hear Jorge Hernandez. Look at the names, the faces, and the profile pics of the people doing the most hating. Now he's trying to say Floyd wasn't called out by Canelo, which is full of shit. Canelo called out Floyd. They were building up Canelo on Floyd's undercards, and Canelo started feeling it, you know, improving his performances with Alfonso Gomez's and beating Shane Mosley's. And, you know, Canelo was like, yeah, I'm young. I'm 23. I could beat that dude. So he jumped bad and called him out. That's what happened. They always want to rewrite history. Everybody calls out Floyd. Well, Canelo had the package, pause, to get Floyd to look. You know, he's like, oh, okay, this motherfucker, people really think he can beat me, and he got a good fighting style and a fan base behind him. He has the look. I'll fight him. Then he came up short. Now everyone makes excuses. See, the thing that's the worst about a lot of boxing fans is this. Y'all want to know? Hold on. Smash the like button. And if y'all want to know, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? I'll tell you what's the worst thing about some of these boxing fans, at least from my view. Y'all want to know what one of the worst, can I get a hell yeah? If y'all want to know one of the worst things about these boxing fans. Yo, we got to get the likes up higher, people. Smash the like button. I'm going to tell you the worst thing about these boxing fans. Now, from my view, one of the worst thing is like the shapeshifters. I don't like that. I like authentic, organic, real, 100 a stack people, things, thoughts, and sayings. There's too many shapeshifter fans in boxing. You know, it's like Fugazi. I don't like that Fugazi shit. You know, there's people who will sit up here, and Canelo had like a gift and a curse type of year. This has been a horrible beginning to the year for him, and then it's now become his best year, you know, in terms of what he can expect, you know, for the rest of his career. He's had intense peaks and valleys. You know, the valley was he failed 2 drug tests, so people called him a cheat. Said, oh, you've been cheating. Even public figures, Billy Joe Saunders, you know, other boxers, Paulie Malignaggi, you know, other people weighed in on it and said, oh yeah, it's the fucking meat, and Canelo ate the meat and all this. So he went from one of his worst years in terms of how he was being received by the public after that. And then on top of that, some people thought Golovkin beat him. I didn't, but some people did. So they said, oh, he robbed him again. Plus he failed drug tests. Plus they said he was on drugs still, even though he was passing his VADA test, to getting this monumental deal. And we deal with these shape-shifting ass people who act like they were there. Like this is like, if you think about it in microcosm, this is how society is. You know, especially in this social media age, right? People just care about the end result and winners. When you're winning, everybody's your friend. You know, like for me, like even in my personal life, I do what I want now. You know, I cover boxing. I get to travel. People get to see that stuff. They see the fun shit because I've already paved the foundation. I've already made the way. I've already put years in work into my brand. I put money into this. I put time, sleepless nights, you know, and we're grinding. So now people see the end result. They get to see me travel, you know, they see nice hotel rooms. They see super chats come in. They see all the allure, the, you know, the tempting parts about it. But they don't know how many days that I stood up and was studying, watching tutorials, you know, been down on hand and knee praying for, like, you know, a brighter day and shit. They don't know about that stuff. They just know about, oh shit, his channel's popping now. YouTube, you know, has allowed him to go full time with it, and these are his numbers and shit like that. This is where it's at now. But like I said, that's why it's a microcosm. Where were the people I know people, they weren't checking for me. They weren't, like, people I know, they wasn't checking up on me to see, oh yeah, how's the YouTube thing going? How you doing? They weren't looking for me for advice because I hadn't hit certain benchmarks, certain milestones. I wasn't traveling as much, you know, so they didn't get to see that stuff. They didn't, you know. So during the way up, as I ascend up in this YouTube game, like I said, a lot of people weren't checking for me, like people I know, you know, and that's fine. I'm not no baby. I don't need people to coddle me, whatever. But if you weren't there with me for the grind. Don't expect to be with me, when we get there, when we hit our numbers. It's that simple, and that's why I keep saying the Canelo shit is a microcosm. Canelo's winning. He getting fucking paid. Canelo, he got that fucking bag. But it was just earlier this year, these shape-shifting motherfuckers was hating on Canelo. And then now they coming to my channel. Out of all people, they have the audacity to come to my channel, who kept it G with y'all regarding Canelo, picked Canelo to beat Triple G, but because I'm looking at Canelo's deal and giving out thoughts and thinking ahead, of possible outcome, and then they gonna say I'm the one that has something against Canelo. I'm the one that hating on Canelo, but they were literally kicking a man while he was down when he failed that drug test. You didn't see me. I told y'all straight up from the jump when he failed that drug test. I said, man, it's a bad look. I don't know what he did. I don't know what he consumed. He's claiming it's tainted meat. This is a plausible thing. There's documented cases of it, and it could be something more foul, something more sinister. I told you that. The videos are still up. Now these shapeshifters are coming, and they're like, oh yeah, you're hating Ego. He's on suicide watch. Oh, Ego, talking shit to me as if y'all was riding with Canelo. Fake shit. You know what I'm saying? Why would I be mad that Canelo's getting money? The only time you would be mad at some shit like that is if you don't really care about the sport, or if you're not getting money. I'm not saying I'm getting 365 million, because I'm not, but I'm comfortable. I'm good in life. My bills are paid. I'm good. I don't need 365 million. As long as I have enough money to, help my family out, buy some gadgets, travel, and not work for somebody else, I'm gravy. And that's the thing I don't respect, is just people you see all these people like, yeah, haha, Canelo's making all this money, yeah, they didn't even want to claim Canelo. I see I'm not trying to call out anybody, but I've seen even Mexican fans going in on Canelo, going in on him. Oh, he's a drug cheat. I hope Triple G knocks him out. Won't. Now Canelo's balling. Now he's La Raza. Now he's La Raza again. Like, what? Where is that? Where do they do that? How does that happen? You didn't want to claim Canelo when it was bad for him because of the clenbuterol. But then now something good happens in his life and he's La Raza. And now, now you repping him. Now you like Viva Mexico. He's been Mexican. He been from Mexico. So it's like, where's this new energy from? So that's all I'm saying is if you ride with people, don't ride with them. That's fake shit. Don't ride with them just when it's going good for them. That's not true. Ride for them, even like my 49ers. We're not doing good, but I've been a Niner fan since I'm a kid. I'm not just about to abandon them like, oh, fuck it, I'm off to the next. A lot of people do that though. Like, some people are confused. I like the Lakers, but I also have always liked the Golden State Warriors. The Lakers, the reason I like them is because I'm a Kobe fan. I'm a huge fan of Kobe, and naturally the team that he's on, I'm going to like, and just because it's still in my state, still California. But I've always rooted for the Warriors, even like back in the day, Chris Mullin, Mitch Richmond and shit. Always been a fan of the Warriors. So when the Warriors start doing good, people are like, oh, I thought you were a Laker fan, because there's so many people that really do this and just, they're groupie fans. They're like Miami Heat. Where are all the Miami Heat fans? Now that LeBron James ain't on the team no more, where are the Miami Heat fans? People were repping like they were true Miami Heat fans. No, you was repping because LeBron James was on the team and they had a little bit of squad. Fake shit. How many Miami Heat fans you hear talking about Miami Heat? Jose de Jesus, $5 super chat. Ego, you're completely right. You were one of the few that was unbiased when reporting on Canelo when he was down. See? You know, people were super chatting to tell me. I already knew it, but I appreciate you for the super chat. That's what I'm saying. People, there's literally channels on here that are all of a sudden trying to act like, you know, other channel, like Ego's on suicide watch and shit like that. Like, they proved me wrong with some shit. But they was making videos talking about Triple G was robbed and 1,000 people on press row had Triple G winning and Canelo really lost. And now Canelo's best bud because he got this monumental deal. I ain't never been with the fake shit. I told y'all for the longest I like the way Canelo fights. You know, and that's not going to spare him from real criticism or real constructive insight, but that's just what it is. Everybody want to act brand new when things are going right. That's the moral of the story. Everybody's Team Broner and about billions until that Maidana fucking loss. When he walked into the locker room crying and shit, then oh shit, people posting memes and shit. I thought you was about billions. You know, you about bogus, fake shit. I can't stand that. And some of y'all should be ashamed that you even support this type of shit in boxing. Fraud ass channels and shit. Knowing damn well they was telling you all the million people on press row who said that Triple G really won and Canelo's a piece of shit and Golden Boy paid off the judges. You know, just making up shit. Making up what they want. You know, and now all of a sudden Canelo's balling and they try to act like they knew all along or some shit. Like they happy for him. Well, why wasn't you happy when he beat Golovkin then? I thought it was a hard fought fight, but I thought he won. Now you happy because he got 365. So anyway, back to our regular scheduled program. Fuck the fake shit. A lot of people are getting blindsided by 365 million. I'm happy for Canelo. I'm happy that it shows that the sport is alive and well if people can invest that much in one fighter. I don't know how it's going to pan out. You know, this could be a case of overspending where they spent way too much money because as far as I'm concerned, Canelo's going to have to do well to justify getting 35 million a pop, right? It's not really the fans' loss. The fans don't really lose. It would really be the DAZN app and the DAZN people. My only fear is something that I've thought of could be a possibility is, are we going to get the fights we want with that much money tied up behind Canelo? You know, are they going to put him in some of the riskier fights? Even if Canelo wants the risky fight, are they going to put him in with Jamal Charlo, meaningful fights that we want? Or are they going to kind of skip around certain guys and then occasionally, you know, who do you think Canelo has a more likelihood of facing next after Rocky Fielding, right? David Lemieux or Charlo or Jacobs, you know? Those are the questions. Because even before the deal, it looked like they were looking at David Lemieux, Gary Spike O'Sullivan. He has an 11-fight deal, so 10 after Rocky Fielding. So he's going to fight 2 times a year. Here's the other thing, people. People keep acting like DAZN is just like somebody's been proven wrong or like, listen, I don't know how many times I have to tell you, we still have to see what's popping with DAZN. You know, as far as I'm concerned, Showtime, ESPN Plus, ESPN, DAZN, they should all be competing to make the best possible fights. End of story. Their success will be ultimately dependent on the fights that they put on. Period. People like writing off Showtime, saying Showtime's dead and it's only a matter of time and pay-per-view's dead. This sounds stupid because one, we haven't. Do you guys understand it? Like man, I'm about to turn into Ego Valley. I can't take this anymore. I just have to like start going in. Do y'all want me to rant? Y'all want Ego Valley? Is that what you want? I gotta start ranting, I feel. If y'all want this rant and this work, can I get a hell yeah in the comment section? All right. People are like, you guys understand this. Let's be clear. People are saying, "Oh, Canelo, he's going to DAZN. It's not about money. He's putting his fights on free TV, or not free TV, $9.99 to make it affordable." Yeah, because that's what he's telling you, right? He just wants it to be affordable for all boxing fans. Get rid of pay-per-view. Yeah. Sounds good, don't it? Sound real good. But guess what? Canelo's actually one of the people who have had countless pay-per-views that shouldn't have been pay-per-views. Now that he got all this upfront money from DAZN, motherfuckers forget that. Canelo he's part of the reason why like the pay-per-view market was being oversaturated, because we weren't just getting like Canelo versus Triple G. Of course, that's a pay-per-view. Canelo Triple G 2, of course, that's a pay-per-view. Canelo Cotto, of course, that's a pay-per-view. But in between that, we were getting Canelo Amir Khan. That wasn't a pay-per-view. Canelo Liam Smith. That was, you could even really argue Canelo versus Lara and Angulo shouldn't have been pay-per-views. Do you get what I'm saying? But now all of a sudden he getting all this upfront money. They're trying to change the narrative and say, "Oh yeah, Canelo, he doesn't want to. He wants his fights to be seen by everyone." No, he's getting a lot of fucking money, so now his fights can be affordable because it doesn't matter. He's getting a lot of money up front, But arguably, Canelo and Lara should have been on Showtime. But definitely Angulo, he was coming off a loss to Mayweather. Angulo lost to James Kirkland. Why was that a pay-per-view? And even worse than Angulo and Lara were pay-per-views with Liam Smith. Pay-per-views with Amir Khan. So what are we really talking about? People keep acting like, "Oh yeah, Canelo, he just wants his fights affordable." Canelo's also part of to be honest, it was HBO. HBO Boxing put on the most unnecessary pay-per-views. They put the most unnecessary fights that should have never been pay-per-view on pay-per-view. Canelo Smith, Canelo Angulo, Canelo Amir Khan. Did anyone really think Amir Khan was going to beat a crowd favorite and a much bigger Canelo? I mean, let's be real. And then HBO also had Crawford Postal. I don't have a problem with the fight at the time. That was a good fight, but that should have been on regular HBO. Amir, you could argue Andre Ward, Kovalev. At least one of them, maybe the first one. Put it on regular HBO. It would have done great ratings, blah, blah, blah. So don't try to flip it on me and act like Canelo all of a sudden is just, $9.99 a month. Yeah, he's eliminating the pay-per-view. He's getting a lot of money, so now it just worked out like that. But he's also one of the people that was, him and the Golden Boy, they were and HBO really, they were abusing the pay-per-view. And it shouldn't have been that many fucking pay-per-views in those particular years. Crawford, Postal, that ain't no pay-per-view. It's a good fight. HBO main event. Canelo Liam Smith. That ain't no really? So Canelo's pay-per-view career should have really consisted of 2 Triple G fights, Cotto and Floyd Mayweather. But instead of it being 4, it was like 8 or 9 or whatever the fucking number it was, because Amir Khan and other things were pay-per-view. And then not even like a cheap pay-per-view. Like, if it was like $29.95 or something, that'd be one thing. So, a lot of we're in a fickle sport. People forget all this shit. So pay-per-view to me wasn't the problem. The abuse of pay-per-view was the problem. Fights that should have never had no fucking business being on pay-per-view. That's the true problem. Obviously Mayweather and McGregor, you have to put it on pay-per-view because they both are going to want too much money. And it obviously makes sense because it did 4.3 million pay-per-view buys. So people were willing to spend $80 to $100 for it. You know, Canelo versus Smith didn't even hit 800, 900 plus thousand. Neither did Angulo. Neither did Lara. Neither did Amir Khan. You know why? Because despite Canelo's star power, he had to carry those whole things because the opponent wasn't enough of a star. It wasn't an equivalent enough dance partner to justify that. So guess what? You notice Canelo Alvarez's pay-per-views, the best fights that he's had have done the best numbers. Wow. Isn't that something? What a concept. Canelo when he's undefeated versus undefeated Floyd Mayweather. Canelo's top grossing pay-per-view. $2.3 million. Canelo versus Triple G, 1 and 2. In between 1.1 and 1.4 million pay-per-views because people like the fight. Canelo versus Cotto, 900,000 pay-per-view buys. Canelo versus Julio Cesar Chavez Jr., 1.4. Hey, block Stephen Love. You've been saying stupid shit all stream. Get him the fuck out of here. Anyway, Canelo versus Chavez Jr. because people thought it was going to be a good fight. So that did 1 million. Your argument isn't based on boxing, but on ticket sales? What are you talking about, bro? What are you talking about? It's not based on boxing. What does that even mean? Do we have any shooters in the building? Oh, you arguing with somebody else. Hey, block the Stephen Love dude. Stephen Love or whatever his name is. Do we have any shooters? Get this guy out of here. I'll block him. So anyway, that's my thoughts on the pay-per-view. It wasn't really the pay-per-view was the issue. It was you were killing us with pay-per-views that shouldn't. Crawford versus Postal on pay-per-view? Really? Canelo versus Khan pay-per-view? Really? A Liam Smith who no one in America had knew? Really? That's a pay-per-view? So that's the problem with the pay-per-view models. They oversaturate it with fights that shouldn't have been it. Taryn Harris, exactly. Sometimes you got to just put in the work yourself and pull that trigger. So that's my thing. Anyway, bottom line is Canelo's off pay-per-view, $9.99. That's definitely more affordable than his pay-per-view. But you have to understand, he was part of the reason the pay-per-view market was oversaturated. See, people don't they just look at the current. Canelo, he brought boxing back and $9.99 a month. He's part of the fucking problem that the pay-per-views got oversaturated. Him and HBO, those are the main people that were put Golovkin versus Lemieux on pay-per-view. That would have been a great HBO fight. Golovkin versus Jacob. That would have been a great. HBO did this. People talking about Showtime going out of bit. Showtime wasn't fucking doing all these pay-per-views. Showtime, their only pay-per-view guy that they were really putting on pay-per-view was Floyd. So what are we talking about? People are like, oh, Showtime's going out of business. Showtime ain't even oversaturating us with pay-per-views. They put on Keith Thurman versus Sean Porter. I'm talking about the last couple of years. Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. Keith Thurman versus Danny Garcia. Danny Garcia, Sean Porter. Wilder versus Ortiz. They put all these fights without pay-per-view. It was really Floyd on Showtime. And trust me, they could have made some, they like stretched it if they want. I don't know what kind of sales they would do, but they could have forced Wilder Ortiz on pay-per-view, or Danny Garcia, Sean Porter, or Keith Thurman, Danny Garcia, or Keith Thurman, Sean Porter. Like, so what are y'all people talking about? It was HBO. See, so he said HBO was raping people. That's what I'm saying. So I don't understand this whole, Showtime's dead in the water. DAZN still has to prove themselves. You know, if they put on great fights, then they'll be here for some time. You know, they could be the future if they put on good fights. You know, it's just like people are turning this into like some dumbass turf war. You know, some gangbanging shit. I don't give a fuck who puts on. It could be DAZN, Discovery Zone, Chuck E. Cheese's. I don't give a fuck who got the fights. If it's a good fight, you know, count me in. You know, it's that simple. That's all I've ever said. People, as far as my DAZN, yeah, I canceled DAZN live on my live stream. See, I'm not ducking or dodging. I canceled it because of the calendar. And I said, if DAZN puts on fights that I want, then I'll get it again, or I will consider getting again. It's that simple. I never said, oh yeah, I'll never touch DAZN, or, you know, or I was mad at the owners of DAZN. I said, when DAZN, if they put on the fights I want, I said Dillian White, Luis Ortiz, certain fights, you know, that were good, then guess what? I will get it. That's all I've ever said. Why the Charlos ducking Ryota? All right. Shout out to James. He said, Ego, you the real MVP. Thank you. Yeah, guns and butter, supply and demand. Like, you know, people turning this to some stupid shit. I don't even care. Listen, all that dumb shit, turf war shit, that's for broke people. You know, I'm out here trying to get money and, you know, inspire and stuff like that. I don't have time for that. If DAZN puts on good fights, bravo. You know, Showtime puts it on, bravo. ESPN Plus, I don't give a fuck about none of that. Whoever got the most work, count me in. And that's all I've ever said. So as far as I'm concerned, it's a competition for all of them. A lot of these idiots is, like I said, boxing is so emotional. You know, got a bunch of emotions flowing through, and people, Ego's on suicide watch. What? Ego's on life support. Man, I feel better than ever. What is anybody signing to anything? What does that got to do with me? Like, have y'all seen the content slow down? Am I look, right when I say it, we get a super chat. You know, have you seen super chat stop? The only people who are doing this and advocating like dumb shit are the same ones not making no money. So Canelo signing, that was huge news. That benefited my channel. That's why I don't understand where people even get this stuff from. He goes on suicide watch. You better check the numbers, because ever since I've been talking about this Canelo, we stacking. Little by little, we stacking. We like Pringles. So how am I on suicide watch? Canelo signing is big news. That gave, that's big for boxing. That gave me an opportunity to talk about more stuff. Like, I'm a content creator. Big news in boxing gives me content. What a theme. So I don't get this turf war shit. DAZN is the future. We'll see. It's gonna be the future if they put on the right fights. You know, people keep anointing. It's just the same thing they did with Chocolatito. I never said Chocolatito was horrible. I just said he's not number one pound for pound unless he proves it. If DAZN, why would you be so against saying, let's see? You just want me to, you want people to just bow down and say, before it's proven, Chocolatito is the number one pound for pound best ever. Why? If you really feel DAZN is the future, if you feel Chocolatito's number one pound for pound, that's going to be proven over time. So what's the real rush? If Lomachenko is number one pound for pound, it's going to be proven over time. If Triple G is the best ever at middleweight and better than B-Hop, it will be proven over time. Like, I don't understand what this rush, like, motherfuckers act like, remember that May song with Bad Boy? If I had 24 hours to live, where would you go? Who would you screw? Who would you do? That's what people acting like they have 24 hours. 24 hours to live. What's the rush? DAZN, everyone DAZN's the future. Okay, let's get to the future then. Let's see what matches they talking about. Simple. But they just want to say it now. Like, DAZN ain't. What's their biggest fight? Joshua Povetkin? Canelo, Rocky Fielding? As far as I'm concerned, Canelo Fielding, I don't have a problem with the fight, but it's not no grand, massive fight. It's not the biggest fight in December. Wilder Fury is a bigger fight on Showtime. Showtime pay-per-view. It's a bigger fight than Canelo Fielding. It's a better fight, So, people, Showtime's going out of business. Showtime has a better fight than DAZN's fight in December. DAZN, I think they're going to put probably Dillian White versus Derek Chisora. Showtime has the better fight. Wilder Fury is a better, more meaningful fight than Canelo Fielding or Derek Chisora versus Dillian White 2. So it's like, what are people even talking about? But again, you guys are acting like y'all the promoters. Like y'all trying to take the other one out of business because that's your competition. We boxing fans. How's this? This is not my competition. Making what's right for boxing versus the people that don't want what's right for boxing. That's my competition. And realistically, I have no competition but that man in the mirror. Shout out to Big Time, $10 super chat. PBC is free TV and people want it to fail. DAZN is charging to watch and somehow they say it's good for boxing. I'm telling you, it's a bunch of like gang banging, like trying to take side bullshit. I'm out here trying to eat and get this money. Askier Hussein, $10 super chat. Eddie and Oscar didn't have a choice but to team up if they are going to beat the king of boxing. All hail the great Al Heyman. Like I said, the good boxing fans, instead of like this side picking shit, boxing fans should be happy because if DAZN start, coming out with heat, that's going to force Showtime to come out with heat. If ESPN's coming out with heat, that's going to force DAZN and Showtime to come out with heat. So I love it. I think it's great, because it's great for me. The more heat and the more they're like battling with each other to produce the biggest events, the better it is for me because I'm a boxing fan. End of story. The only thing that I ever said about DAZN was based on what they've had up until the point of the video. And what Eddie Hearn was doing only, I didn't see that being enough to take off the app. And guess what? People are like, he goes on live support and all this stupid shit, right? But guess what? Obviously, the owners of DAZN felt me because in essence, they agreed by recruiting Canelo and giving him all this money. So obviously they knew Eddie Hearn and Matchroom wasn't going to be enough to lead DAZN into the promised land. So that's why they threw a big ass bag and a record breaking deal at Canelo. So I never even said nothing that was false. The DAZN creators, if anything, agree with me. That's why they sought out Canelo. Oh shit, HBO's out of business. We gotta capture him on the app. That's why they threw so much money at him, because they knew it wasn't gonna just take off just based solely off of what Eddie Hearn had come up with. Andre Dakwa or whatever. Jesse Vargas and Thomas DeLauren. That's why they acquired Canelo. Kennedy Linder overpaid for Canelo. AJ couldn't do it. That's what I'm saying. They paid Canelo a lot of money, and we're gonna see if it balances out for him. But it's a dangerous. I respect it. In business, scare money don't make money, but it's a dangerous thing to offer someone that much money, because either if you don't protect them, then that means you're going to put him in dangerous fights. And if you put him in dangerous fights, then his stock could be affected depending on the outcome of those fights. I like Canelo. He can scrap. He's a good fighter. But as far as I'm concerned, he doesn't have a style like Mayweather that is going to be like impenetrable. You get what I'm saying? So Canelo, there's a chance that he could lose in some of those fights. Now, if his star power remains, he'll be the first person in boxing, if he takes bad losses, to if he could just remain, the same level of star and no matter what, So it's a dangerous proposition because he got paid a lot of money up front, and his skills are going to now have to justify that. And there's a lot of competition at 160 now and a lot of competition at 168. So unless you avoid those competitions and like those challenges, then it's it's going to be, I don't know, it's going to be interesting. Mark my words, Ego. Charlo will KO Canelita. See, that's what I'm saying. That's a good fight. But see, this is the thing, and see, this is like kind of the insurance policy. You notice Eddie Hearn's been on this rampage saying, Charlo, Wilder, you can't fight our top guys unless you sign to DAZN. See, they're trying to. So even if Charlo like knocks out Canelo, then you're trying to force him to sign. Do you get what I'm saying? It's a big gamble, because even if like DAZN's stable, they have two of the biggest stars in boxing. That's great, but look at it like this: people are still going to want to see those stars step up. Like, you can't. Let's say Wilder puts his foot down and says, "No, I'm not leaving Showtime." Then we're just going to see two champions never face each other. What's going to happen? It's really interesting times. We're just going to watch Josh. So the app's going to grow if people have this prideful pissing contest. If Wilder's just fighting whoever he can fight on his side, and then Joshua's just fighting Dillian White too, and Gerald Miller, and Huey Fury or some shit. Same thing with Canelo. Who's it gonna? I don't know, man. We just gotta see. We gotta see how this all plays out. We really do. Because I'm not just trying to see Canelo or AJ just because they have star power fight whoever. Like, oh, in this corner we have Anthony Joshua and his opponent Butterbean. What? Like Joshua versus Butterbean. So, I just want to see good fights, bottom line. It's sad that we have to beg for fights for the fight game like this. Exactly. Wilder could do a one-fight deal with DAZN to fight Ass Juice. Why do you do that? I wonder what the excuse could be. But that's saying that DAZN offers him a one-fight deal. Because why would they want to offer Wilder a one-fight deal and then he potentially knocks out Joshua, because that's been the outcome of his past fights, and he knocks out Joshua, and then they're stuck with a knocked out guy with no belts, and they don't have Wilder, and then Wilder's undisputed back on Showtime. So you don't even know if DAZN would allow for that. So, like I said, this could have created another roadblock and Cold War to some of these fights not happening, because, this is simple business. The simple business. Shout out to my dude Hamza. We just got another super chat. We just grinding, people. Shout out to Hamza. Let me read his message for y'all. He sent to PayPal. That's why y'all can't see it. Byron Gross, he says YouTube's name is Hyphy. Shout out to you. Khan fought in the wildcard gym, which was highly linked to PEDs. Later, his stablemate Berto tested positive. Get this dude out of here. Wow. Hamza said, I'm happy for Canelo getting that bag. I hope I'm wrong, but I don't see them putting Canelo in there with A-level punchers with footwork and athleticism. They're going to protect their investment. Don't expect to see Canelo with any A-level black fighters soon. Keep up the good work, Hamza. See, this is what I'm saying. Like, it's certainly something to think about. I don't know. And see, you got to understand the business is, even if Canelo does want the fights, is De La Hoya going to make them? You know, because this was already, even before the DAZN deal, this was a question that people had. Stop playing dumb. I don't understand why people are playing dumb. People were questioning, would we get fights we want, or are we going to get Canelo versus Gary Spike O'Sullivan or David Lemieux? You know, now that Canelo has, 350 plus million for 11 fights, are they going to string it out, and make sure Canelo skips around the real fights we want to see, or are they going to put him straight in the Lions Den, with a real one like Lions Only, Jamal Charlo, Danny Jacobs? These are things we have to consider. And if you don't consider, then you on some bullshit. We not doing the bullshit. I'm not saying, and see, this is the thing, I'm not telling you what it's going to be. It's just something I'm thinking about. So if you're not willing to at least even think about the different options, then, oh well. And we have Canelo versus Rocky Fielding. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I don't mind the fight. It's not. Chris, look at the names, the profile pics, and the pictures of people doing the most hating. Chris Reyna says, who are the A-level black fighters at middleweight? Bro, if you have to ask that, then we have no business even talking. If you don't know who the talented, fuck the A level or B level, the talent, people be playing dumb. The talented black fighters. That's basically what he's saying. The talented black fighters at middleweight. If we get the fights, then great. The fans are winning. Canelo can prove himself, and those fighters will have the chance to prove themselves. End of story. You know who the fuck we talking about. Askiar Hussein, $5 super chat. Do fighters start signing to DAZN to duck other fighters? I won't mention any names. Thurman. How you gonna say I won't mention names and then mention the name? Yeah, shooters, y'all gotta step it up. Shooters are blocking people, and then someone's unblocking them, and then they come back and say dumb shit. Yeah, leave the people blocked that need to be blocked. Shooters, y'all got to get it together y'all got to be sharp. I'm feeling sharp, and I'm leaving it up to y'all. So please get on the same page with your fellow shooters. Communicate with each other. Say, Hamza, yo, what's good? Did you see this person? You guys can have side conversations and all that. I'm trusting you guys to handle that. Charlo gonna have to go to DAZN, or he could just never get the opportunities to. There's a lot of questions because, okay, for example, Triple G's promoter says Ryota Murata is a front runner. He's with Top Rank in Tekken. Top Rank's with ESPN in a 7-year deal. So does Triple G sign with ESPN since he doesn't have an HBO home anymore? And if he signs with ESPN, is he going to be able to work with DAZN? We have to see how these things play out. So how are we going to see a Canelo Triple G trilogy? Who's going to get it? ESPN, ESPN Plus, DAZN? They're just going to be like, oh, Canelo's the A side, so Triple G, you coming over here? And then if he what? See, this is a problem with the greed in the sport, in the business, is because if ESPN invests in Triple G to make the Ryota Murata fight, why would ESPN want to sign Triple G just to let him go over to DAZN, and DAZN gets all the profit of having a big match? You see how that works? So what's the point of ESPN even investing in Triple G and signing him, or Showtime, if they have to just bow down because there's an A side on DAZN and then just not take part in the fight? So Showtime's been building Deontay Wilder for years now. Let's say 8 years, 5 years, whatever. So now, since Joshua's allegedly the A side, even if Wilder beats Fury, they're going to still say Joshua's the A side, according to Eddie Hearn. So now even though Showtime has a great working relationship, so Showtime just gets cut out of the picture, and Wilder has to sign to DAZN. Is that really how it's gonna go down? I don't know, because I don't see how that would work. Because like if I'm Showtime, I'll be like, fuck no, we were televising Joshua's fights, and we were televising Wilder's fights before DAZN was even thought of. So why are we getting cut out the picture? So these are compromises and things that are gonna have to be associated. Because if I invested in a fighter for 8 years, why would I want to get cut out the deal? It's like one of those movies where there's like a good guy, or not even necessarily a good guy, but a guy who's like let's say Alec Baldwin in The Getaway or something, and he's with a band of robbers, and then somebody double crosses him and then cuts him out of the equation, and all the money from the robbery, they take his cut and split it amongst themselves and fuck him out of it. That would be the equivalent of what could potentially happen with Showtime or ESPN. So guys, they invested their money in, like if Triple G signs with ESPN, or Wilder, who's been showcased on Showtime, he just gets cut out of the equation. Showtime totally, ESPN totally, and everyone has to bow down for Canelo and Triple G and go to DAZN and sign to DAZN. So a lot needs to be deciphered and like kind of mapped out here, at least from my perspective. Kenny Linder, he said, for real, I don't get it. Like they are making any money out of that 365 mil. Charlo doesn't have to sign with anyone. If he's mandatory, then Canelo has to fight him. See, and that's what I'm saying. Like I don't understand how some of this stuff is supposed to work. Eddie Hearn's like, yeah, he has to fight him. I mean, he has to sign to DAZN. So if Triple G fights Ryota Murata, the WBC could make him the mandatory. So no matter how much money they invested in Canelo, and see, this is the other thing, like that could be an issue. When you get your money up front, it's just like I said, being in a workspace and being a salary manager or a salary employee versus hourly. Canelo might really be like, fuck a belt. Like, man, I'm Canelo, bitch. It's Canelo Alvarez. Me, Etta, If he knows he's getting a bag regardless, he might just be like, fuck all these belts. Like, motherfucker, I am the belt. I'll buy. You remember Nino Brown in New Jack? Cancel that bitch. I'll buy another one. He might be on some Nino Brown shit. Because if you're getting the money regardless, and the sanctioning body tries to make you fight someone you don't want to fight, and you getting guaranteed money, you might be like, cancel that bitch. I'll buy another belt. I don't give a fuck. Fuck the belt. You might be. We just have to wait and see, I guess. This is just all healthy conversation, I believe. But Eddie Hearn says Canelo could fight Danny Jacobs. I love that fight. If Jacobs looks good and beats Derevchenko, and gets that belt, that's a great fight. Cancel that bitch. I'll buy another one. He was pouring champagne on her and shit. Am I my brother's keeper? Yes, I am. Wesley was cold in that. The only part I didn't like in that movie, New Jack, that was suspect, when Ice-T beat up Wesley Snipes and like threw him down the fire escape and all that. He was like, I think he had like a hoodie on like this or something. He's like, I want to shoot you so bad. My dick's hard. Ill. That I wouldn't have said that. I ain't never want to shoot nobody that bad. He was like, I want to shoot you so bad. My dick's hard. Like, ill. That pause. The term pause should have been created right then and there, because that was, who the fuck, what screenwriter wrote that? That was way over the line. Listen, I've been angry, I've been mad. I've never been that mad that I got a boner from wanting to shoot somebody. If y'all don't believe me, go watch the movie New Jack City. He's like, see, movies be doing that over the top shit. I want to shoot you so bad, my dick's hard. Like, I ain't never been that fucking mad at nobody ever. I couldn't even say that to me personally. Do you know how mad you have to be at a motherfucker to get a boner? Like, your whole, like, equilibrium, all your shit's fucked up. All your senses is off. If you a motherfucker got a chubby trying to kill somebody, shoot some, man, whatever. Ask Yar Hussein again in the super chat. Tip my hat to you. $5 super chat. Canelo has already shown he doesn't care about giving up a belt. Hashtag Triple G. That's that 90s directing. I'm done. Yeah, Ice-T, he tripping with that. We got another super chat. Tiger Hood 806. I see you. Salute. $2 super chat. Gang. Gang, gang. Gang. No, I've never been that mad at anybody. That's what I'm saying. Like, that's a level of anger I've never reached ever, where I had a boner from a dude trying to kill him and angry at him. That something's wrong. Like, you took some Viagra or something. Fucking Cialis. What's that shit called? Motherfucker on some horny goat weed. Then went to pull the strap out. What? Hey, Hamza, I don't know if it's true, but really consider the people, you know, that some people are complaining you blocking too easy or something. Anyway, it remains to be seen how this all plays out. But, like, people are giving credit. Like, people are just so mesmerized by money and the number. Like, Canelo's eating, Golden Boy's eating. They got a lot of money, but that doesn't automatically translate to the fights we want to see. People, oh, the DAZN, take my money here. Like, I'm not ever saying take my money unless you show me what you're taking my money for. See how stupid this shit sounds? Like I said, it's like some big turf war. They think somehow Canelo signing this mega deal kills Wilder fanboys and Al Heyman and stupid shit. Like, these motherfuckers, here, I cancel my HBO, I cancel Showtime and ESPN. You a fucking idiot. You know, why would you cancel? You see, that's what I'm saying. I don't believe it. A lot of people that do all that hooting and hollering, they be really broke and shit. Like, why would you cancel Showtime, right? Because DAZN came out and signed Canelo, you know, without knowing either person's calendar for 2019. See, that's what I'm saying. It's just some, like, gang-banging turf war or whatever they trying to have. Because Eddie Hearn did an interview, or, you know, because something looks promising. Man, I've dated. See, it's just like dating. I've dated a lot of women. Not to sound like that, but I've dated a lot of women, and all that glitters is not gold. You know, I've dated girls that, you know, from a physicality standpoint, I thought we would really connect. You know, just looking at them, just seeing, and then you go out and you're like, damn, this bitch is weak. You know, if you've dated a lot, you know, you dated around and stuff, you think you might be compatible, and then someone else, You know, might not even be the finest girl you've ever talked to, and maybe doesn't even have the most bang in his body, but you connect with them on a different level. You get what I'm saying? Like, so there's no like right rhyme or reason. It's just whatever flows. You get what I'm saying? So bottom line is you don't know what, if none of these companies have told me a 2019 schedule, then why would I just be canceling shit just arbitrarily? You know, so you're canceling because Canelo's fighting Fielding. You get what I'm saying? Nope. They signed Canelo. It's a wrap now. You don't even know who the motherfucker's fighting outside of Fielding. You know, so what do we can't, you know, that's what I'm saying. It's just a bunch of like fake shit, you know, because something sounds promising, you just canceling everything. Like, I can't take you seriously as a boxing fan. I already have Showtime. You know, the moment Showtime starts not providing what I need as a consumer, then I'll talk about canceling it. Same thing with ESPN, ESPN Plus, DAZN. I already canceled, but you know, I'll get it again if they have a calendar that meets my needs as a consumer, where the value is justifiable by the cost. You know, people, I'm canceling HBO, Showtime, and ESPN. Like, you're playing little games and shit. What are you canceling anything for? With, if you already have it and you've had it for the last couple of years and you're being truthful, what are you canceling for? Because Canelo's fighting Rocky Fielding? Because that's really what we know. You know, Danny Jacobs' next fight's not even on DAZN. A lot of people getting that twisted. His very next title fight's on HBO still. HBO still is a thing till the end of the year. You know, so you're gonna cancel HBO and you know, not watch that fight. It doesn't even make sense. Tiger Hood 806 $10 super chat. Y'all been leaving them 10 tens. Tiger Hood 806, I see you, $10 super chat. Maybe we're looking at it wrong. Think they smart enough to know they have to put Canelo in tough fights to cover that money they gave him. They know nobody's won't generate enough to cover the contract. You know, I don't think we're looking at it wrong, as you said, because we're just looking at it. I never said what it's going to be because I don't know what it's going to be. You get what I'm saying? So it's not really looking at anything wrong. It's pointing out the obvious and saying, hey, we got to see what happens next. It could go one of a few ways. But to completely discount and act like these aren't a possibility, you know, is beyond ridiculous to me. You know, all this tribalism and this gangbanging. Oh, I'm canceling Showtime. Al Heyman is done now. Like, how's he done? Like, motherfuckers quickly forget. Showtime and Fox and Premier Boxing Champs just got a huge budget. ESPN just got, they had a 4-year contract. Now they got a 7-year contract. You know, what are we talking about canceling? Everybody, it looks like boxing in general is just people are investing money. You know, we don't even know what, that's what I'm saying, man. People just be saying whatever. I already know Showtime this time, or in January of this year, they came out with that crazy calendar with supposed to be Broner, Omar Figueroa, and Thurman versus this person, and you know, all these fights and all this shit. So I'm pretty sure they're working on it right now. You get what I'm saying? Their 2019 kickoff calendar. So I got to see what anyone's talking about. People are like, oh, this is the wave of the future. $9.99 a month. $9.99. No more pay-per-views. This is awesome. This is what every boxing fan needs. You got to show me something. You got to show me what I'm paying for. You see how dumb people sound? They don't even care what they're this is why I don't believe them. You're claiming because Canelo is signed that you're canceling everything. You're a true boxing fan. DAZN hasn't been around but 3 months, but because Canelo and Joshua, the biggest stars in boxing, are signed, you're canceling everything else, and you know, you're just riding off into the sunset with DAZN without even knowing who he's gonna fight beyond who he is fighting, which is Rocky Fielding, which really isn't even that big of a fight. You know, if you take away Canelo's name and put Rocky Fielding versus anyone else, it would be criticized and laughed at. Straight up. Let a black fighter fight Rocky Fielding in December, not named Canelo, and explain to me what, like, who's at 168 that's black? Or fuck it, let's say Jamal Charlo. Let's say Jamal Charlo moved up from 60 and he's like, I'm fighting Rocky Fielding. How do you honestly think that would be received? So Charlo, people already criticize his resume, say he ain't beating on at middleweight. So he has 2 fights at middleweight. Granted, it's against Gennady Golovkin, Canelo. And then Charlo has 2 fights at middleweight. Obviously not against Golovkin, but I'm sure he would have loved to fight Golovkin. But that's neither here nor there. But let's say Charlo, realistically, let's vote. Let's say Jamal Charlo says, you know what? I got 2 fights in at middleweight. I could go up another division. I want to fight this champion, Rocky Fielding, who only has a version of the belt, and he's been knocked out by Caleb Smith, who has the real version of the belt, the super version, and he knocked out Rocky Fielding. What would people say about Charlo? Do you think people would be like, whoa, wow, Charlo's resume is about to get great now in December because he's fighting Rocky Fielding? Let's vote. Would Charlo get mad props and credit for fighting Rocky Fielding? Yes or no? Vote. I don't think so. No, hell no. Exactly. So that's what I'm saying. People are so jaded and blinded. Leave it to new media to put you boys right the fuck back in your spot, right back in your place. For a fact. See, and I'm not even hating on the fight. I'm not mad. Okay, Canelo, you got this massive payday. You want to test the waters, step out of your comfort zone. I'm not even mad at the fight. I told you, I still maintain that. But at the same time, I'm a realist. And I know that if Charlo moved up to 68 to fight some fucking Rocky Fielding, it wouldn't be no big, massive fight, massive risk and all this stuff. People would be like, look at Charlo cherry picking again. This some bullshit. When is he going to step up? Knowing goddamn well that Triple G's looking to fight. He'd rather fight Street Fighter characters, Ryu and shit, over fighting Charlo. The same shit. Same shit over and over. Same shit, different toilet. You know what it is. Charlo wouldn't be getting no massive props for that. But because it's Canelo, it's the greatest thing. Same thing with Wilder. If Wilder knocked out Povetkin this year, he wouldn't be getting no mad major props. Be like, oh, Klitschko already knocked out Povetkin. Povetkin, he's off the juice. Look how small he is. But the Joshua does it, and all of a sudden, he's heroic. These dudes is retarded. They would have been like, Real Goat said they would have been like Charlo out here picking oversized cherries. Exactly. So let's keep it a buck. Don't, because the motherfucker got red hair and fair skin, and he's doing it, and because he's short, shorter. Now all of a sudden this is this glorious fight. It's a fight I'll watch. If they give me credentials and if I feel like it, I might cover it. But, let's not act like this is some mega fight that everybody was like clamoring for. We know that's not the case. Cool. Canelo's stepping out of his comfort zone. This dude looks like a giant. But all that giant shit don't matter. I've seen Donaire fight much taller guys and break their jaws, like Jeffrey Matabula. Because it's not like Rocky Fielding even has this ferocious power per his resume. So let's just keep boxing all the way real. All you fanboys and man fans and stuff, your time has been done. 15 seconds of fame was up a long time ago. Canelo's a good fighter. He's out here balling. But, we got to put shit back in perspective. But I will say this. I just said that about, we keep it a buck here. I said that about Canelo. It's not no major crazy fight that everyone requested. It's not like he stepped Someone says stepping out of his comfort zone would be fighting someone like Zordo. No, he's still stepping out of his comfort zone. That's really stepping out of your comfort zone, fighting Gilberto Ramirez. But he's still being at a disadvantage. But, okay, even looking at that, now we got to talk about Gennady Golovkin. Why Golovkin ain't even doing what Canelo's doing? When has Golovkin fought someone that was much bigger and a weight class higher? When has Golovkin done that? Been at some major deficit. Someone had more power than him. Much bigger than him. And, you got to give credit to Canelo for this. Canelo is doing what Triple G's team said they would do. Canelo's actually putting it into motion. Canelo has fought at 152 versus Floyd, 154, versus Trout and Liam Smith, 155 versus Lara and Khan and Angulo, El Perro Angulo and all this shit, right? He fought at 164.5 for Chavez. He fought 2 Golovkin fights at 160, and now he's fighting at 168. So Canelo has flexed his weight from 152, right, in recent years, 152 all the way to 168. Golovkin's team said they could fight from 54 to 68. Golovkin's actually taller than Canelo and is supposed to be the monster puncher with 350 amateur pedigree fights and all this. And guess what? Golovkin ain't left middleweight. Nor has he won his toughest fights, names, and opponents impressively. Like, where it was like no questions asked type of performance. And then now he got ordered to fight Charlo, and then Triple G's talking about going to Japan or his team. And people have the audacity to get mad at Floyd for wanting to fight Khabib. Floyd has or wanting to fight Pacquiao. Floyd's already proven himself resume wise much more than Golovkin. So if we're gonna hold somebody to some standard, what about Golovkin's resume? Floyd has fought young hungry lions, guys that were undefeated, guys that were bigger than him. What about Golovkin? Has he? Name an undefeated puncher with some speed or athleticism that was bigger than Golovkin. Undefeated, had some momentum, and had like speed or athleticism that Golovkin faced. Undefeated. Name someone undefeated that Golovkin's faced with power and momentum. Hello? Can you guys hear me? Canelo faced Golovkin when he was undefeated and he was like bigger. He wasn't like younger, but he was at least bigger and powerful. How is Jacobs undefeated if he got knocked out to Dimitri Perot? Cedric, you don't know shit about boxing. He said Jacobs. And Jacobs was Rep Diamond don't know shit about boxing. So Jacobs got knocked out with braids, and because he cut his hair, then he's undefeated now? He's a new person? How is he undefeated? How is he undefeated? Because he don't have braids no more? So Kell Brook's an undefeated puncher at middleweight, or he's an undefeated puncher at welterweight? These dudes be so lost in the sauce. Kell Brook was not a proven puncher at 160. This is horrible. Look how desperate they are. They're just saying anything. Kell Brook. They just want to answer the question. Floyd fought undefeated Diego Corrales, puncher, undefeated Ricky Hatton, puncher, undefeated Canelo, puncher. Canelo moved up in weight, fought undefeated puncher Golovkin. Jacobs fought undefeated puncher Golovkin, arguably beat him. But we can't think of one undefeated puncher, with some momentum that Golovkin fought. And then Willie Monroe, y'all don't know shit about boxing. Willie Monroe had a loss to Darnell Boone. And he's definitely not a puncher. He had 6 knockouts when Golovkin fought him out of a handful of fights. These dudes don't know shit about boxing. I'm done talking about it. Someone said Dominic Wade. Dominic Wade, I mean, was he really considered a puncher? Dominic Wade was undefeated, but he didn't even stop Sam Solomon, who had 12 losses and a bum knee. Now Cedric, since he's answered dumb, he's trying to play around and say Lucas Brown and Ricky Hatton and all these other people. He's trying to act like he was joking, but he really don't know shit about boxing. Martin Murray had several losses. You know, he had a draw with Felix Sturm, lost to Sergio Martinez. Anyway, I'm out. Y'all don't know shit about boxing. Anyway, thank you guys for the super chats. You guys have been great. This was the morning show. You guys can keep playing around. So it said Asumanu Adama. All right, that's what's up. Anyway, hope you guys have a good day. And we'll be back with more content. Oh, I also got something new on the channel. Hope you guys like it. It's called Boxing Ego Quick Hits. I'm going to challenge myself. You guys know I like challenges, but what I'm going to try to do in those videos is I'm going to condense, because, you know, I put out a lot of content. So those are going to be 2 minutes or less videos, not really including the intro and outro, but as far as the content, 2 minutes or less. And I'm going to try to challenge myself to, you know, give y'all the meat and potatoes. So anytime you see that Boxing Ego Quick Hits, I'm just going to cover it. It's not going to be like a real in-depth, deep. It's just going to kind of bring up the conversation, still comment like normal. And, you know, I want to challenge myself to see if I could do some direct, concise, you know, just bow. Boxing Ego Quick Hits, the future. I told you, we're the future, man. We always reinvent ourselves. We always reinvent the wheel. I can't wait. I love new challenges. I'm going to see what I can, because I like to talk. I'm long-winded, so this is going to be a challenge for me. You know, I've already done this stream for 2.5 hours. This shit is easy work. So we'll see what I can do in 2 minutes, if I can convey the same messages, get the points across. And I know people on the go, you know, so we got to stay up with the times. People on the go, you know, you're on your 15-minute break. You might not have a chance to watch the 2.5 hour stream, so I'm going to get y'all that meat and potatoes. Someone said, hope the meat ain't from Mexico. It's from Mexico, man. It got the clenbuterol in it. I got all the clen. You need to hit these haters with a bat. Nah, they killing themselves. They don't need me to do nothing. We just hand them the rope. We got the clen and the rope, and we just hand it to them. They off they selves. Ask about us. Ego's Army, gang. Holla at the kid, man. We working. Hope you guys have a good day. Thank you. Boxing Ego Quick Hits. That's the new wave. Get on it. I dropped some new content. Those are my thoughts. Make sure you smash the like button. As always, hate, comment, and subscribe. New media.